I can hear the giggles there, Biggins. It must mean it's time to be going through the papers this morning. We're joined by Biggins and the former editor for the Daily Star, Dawn Neeson.
Have you got a list of what's in the papers? Because I don't.
Possibly somewhere in our pile here.
Thank you very much indeed.
A while ago.
OK.
What's coming up? Well,
there I tell you, they have my list.
Here we go.
Oh, you got yours.
Falls in the number of Metropolitan Police officers and firearms officers.
Yeah,
this is our front page of the Times today. The Metropolitan Police's firearms unit is in crisis after hundreds of officers have left. Amid anger over resourcing, disciplinary procedures, and the decision to charge one of their colleagues with murder. Remember, in September, the army had to be placed on standby after dozens of armed officers handed in their weapons after the death of an unarmed black man, Chris Caber, was struck in the head by a single gunshot fired by a police officer. And I think what you've got to remember about the armed officers is that they are not paid any more than ordinary officers on the beat. They've volunteered to do this, and a lot of them feel that they are literally thrown under the bus.
And as soon as they're discharged, as soon as they discharge their weapon, they're suspended.
Yes,
so
exactly that,
Eamonn. Basically.
And inquiries go on, and a lot of the ordinary men and women who do this job feel that they're not looked after by those in charge of them. So, but yes, I mean, numbers are falling, and it's worrying considering crime in London is on the increase.
Biggins, you've chosen this story in the Mirror about living on the edge, and this is a bunch of homeowners who have what they describe as a billionaire's view. But actually, the view is getting a bit closer to their house than they might like due to coastal erosion.
I know. I mean, if I had my way, I love water, and I'd like to be ideally on the ocean would be fantastic, or on a river. Well, both are disastrous. I mean, now, you know, but in this particular story, the erosion is terrifying. I mean, you know, it's getting closer and closer, and bits of cliffs are just falling away.
30 foot closer to the sea than they were 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks, I know. It's unbelievable and terrifying because, you know, you suddenly see your land disappearing, and then you disappearing with all your, you know, all your goods. I mean, it's a horrible feeling, and I'm sure they can't get insurance.
No, I'm sure they can't.
No. So there's an area which is really bad.
Yeah, best view in the world and of no value.
No value at all.
Cliff collapses are really frightening. I covered one as a reporter down on the south coast of England, and the people were on the beach, and a girl just got crushed.
Yeah, terrifying.
And the family were there, and it was just dreadful.
And it just happened so quickly as well. And I'm one of those idiot people that will be standing on the edge of the cliff going, "Oh, look at the view, it's lovely," and it's like,
boom, off it goes.
Yeah.
I know.
Right, something which is not happening at all, Dawn, is erectile dysfunction and a very, very innovative and interesting way of dealing with this.
Yes.
The Sun's reporting this.
It is, yeah. Bionic willies are on the rise. That's their headline, by the way.
Good.
It's very, very good, yeah.
It's not very good.
It's
not, no, it's
clever
not.
play
It's
on
not.
words.
No, it's not very good, because if this was to do with a woman, you'd all be saying, oh, whoa, and low, and whatever it is. I think it's a really serious problem.
It is actually
it's just a clever headline. They're on the
It's
rise.
a clever headline.
It's a distasteful headline. Anyway, off.
In any case, I'm trying to do a serious journalist job reading the story. Right, more than 550 men were given bionic willies on the NHS last year.
Could I ask you what a bionic willy is?
Do you want me to get... If you're having your breakfast, close your ears.
Well, is it battery powered? Is it electric powered? Is it an
They
implant?
can be flexible rods inserted, and they can be used, operated by a water pump that is also inserted. So you squeeze one bit and it works another bit. That's not being too technical.
I can't think of anything worse.
You'd rather do without?
I'd rather do without. I'm sorry, but I mean, you know, the fact you've got to get down and preempt when you're going to make love by pressing this bulb.
It's all rather Austin Powers.
It is. It is.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, but Eamonn is right. To be fair, there is a very serious side to this. I mean, there's lots of men who have suffered from cancer and are suffering from erectile dysfunction, and also, well, the prostate cancer is the one that springs to mind. If you have your prostate removed, then you face all sorts of difficulties, but still get it checked, by the way. And the other point of this, it's like it's on the NHS and it's costing £9,000 each. And there's a hint in this story that's like, well, aren't there more important things for money to be spent on in the NHS? But I mean, you know, it is important, and it, you know, affects so much. I mean, mental health as well as physical health, obviously. But some of the men having this surgery are in their 30s and 40s. So
what are they telling us? Are they telling us that it works, that it's a success, or?
Yes, I mean, It is absolutely. I mean, it is a successful operation. It is quite rare. It was only 556 men last year, but it is an operation that is on the rise because prostate cancer. More and more people are thankfully getting prostate cancer diagnosed and are undergoing this surgery. Yeah. So it's a good thing. But I mean, it is written in true Sun style.
Yeah, very good.
Which that's funny.
Paying for potholes, Biggins. This is in the Star, and motorists are being driven round the bend by damage caused by potholes as payouts from skint councils have stopped.
I know. Well, it is. Everybody gets very, very annoyed. Anybody who drives a car, potholes are unbelievable. They cost a fortune. They're everywhere. Nobody's doing anything about it. If I had my way, I'd take all the politicians and reduce them to some sort of filling that I could put them into the potholes and make them, realise that, they have to do something about this. It's an appalling situation. We pay so much as a motorist, to be on the roads, and the roads are just not fit for anything.
There's one near my house, and I live on a narrow lane, and I swerved around it just instinctively. I saw it, and I swerved, and I realised there was a car coming.
Oh my goodness!
It could quite easily cause serious accidents.
Yes, but it's rotten that they don't do anything about it because where's all this money gone?
Well, it doesn't go to motoring issues.
It certainly doesn't.
No, it goes into a general pot. It doesn't go to specific motoring concerns,
right?
Which I think is wrong. Because they give you the illusion that motor tax does what it says on the.
Exactly. Look after the motorist. It doesn't at all.
Yeah. No, but that's not the case. New record for the most time spent in space. That's you, Biggins.
I know. Boring, isn't it? I mean, honestly, what a story. I mean, there's this man, this Russian, has been up in the air for the longest time ever. Hooray! How wonderful.
878 days.
Yeah, poor thing.
Well, it will have terrible consequences for him, for his bone density. You age more rapidly when you're in space, don't you?
Yeah,
you might need one of those implants.
Yes. He would need more than an implant.
On the other hand, he's avoiding all the stuff that's going on down here, so it might be a better place to be at the moment, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, I have no interest at all in this. I mean, I think the whole business about...
So presumably you didn't pick this story?
No, I didn't pick it at all, no. But I mean, the thing...
That's another complaint.
The thing is that, we spend a fortune. I mean, you look at India. Why India spends a fortune on space thing when they have people dying
they haven't got decent
in their
healthcare.
country? No, it's just ridiculous. It is immoral.
Yeah, totally.
So I have no interest in this story at all. But I can say that I went last night to the London Palladium to see Fascinating Aida.
And?
Oh, it was fantastic. I mean, Dilly Keane, who is just wonderful, and Adele Anderson and Lisa Pullman, three wonderful singers being witty, bright, topical.
Satirical as well. You quite like their political insight.
Oh, the political side of it is just... We should bring them on this show,
Well, let's do that.
Yeah, cheer everybody up.
Biggins and Dawn next week. We'll have Fascinating Aida.
Biggins just walked out of the job, love.
Guys, thank you both very, very much indeed.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Biggins, thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Right.